Welcome to Woodturning with Dick. Sound a bit too enthusiastic about that one, don't I? Welcome again to Woodturning with Dick. I do love my BOG Oak. I really do. Now, this is what I kind of came across when I was rooting through. And you see those splits? They go all the way through. I've shown this side to the sander. Still got a little more sanding to do. But given how square it is, how close it was to being 90 degrees there, I thought, well, what can I do with that? I'm not going to make a bowl because those splits are huge. What I want to do is show the other sides to the sander as well and make it nice and square with the bottom. And it's just going to be a structure. I'm going to try and put a bore all the way through from back to front and then gild the inner core. Finish off the top with my wire brush on the grinder. Get rid of some of this rot because this really is quite soft, some of this. Yeah, so watch this space. See if we can turn this into something uniquely pretty, because I've never seen anything like it. Certainly can tell the difference between rot and wood. When that grinder gets down to the hard stuff, it really does stop grinding. That's great, you really can appreciate the wood. Right. Well, that's just looking splendid. I rather like the look of that. Okay, now I've just shown this side to the sander. I think I'm going to wait till my new sanding belt shows up. Actually, what I can do in the interim, no point in wasting time, glue a thick enough block on this side, turn a chuck grip into it, and it's going to need to be glued to all this surface here because this centre piece is going to come through where I take the bore through. This is quite exciting. I've not actually done anything like this before. This is going to be fun. So I need a piece of wood that's reasonably thick to go on the back. And in my offcuts pile, I've got this. This is going to do. I'm going to cut that down so the whole of that surface is adhered to that as much as possible. Once that's clamped and dried and glued on, I'm going to put my screw chuck in there, turn a chuck grip on that side, as big as I can get and deep, as good a grip as I can get, and hollow my bore out. Stop the glue going down those cracks. Glue on both surfaces. Bit too much, but hey, better than not enough. That's glued pretty well. Happy with that. Now, the bore size that I want is going to be about that big. Maybe slightly smaller or slightly larger in the end. I've just flattened the surface on the belt sander, just enough so that this will sit flush and even, because I want my hole going straight through. So let's shove that in there. Well, it's on there. Let's see what happens when I turn the power on. Okay, that's not too bad. Just don't get your hand anywhere near the outside edge, because that's going to hurt. Just going to measure the size of the chuck grip, 3 1/16 of an inch. Maximum depth I can have for that grip is 5/16 of an inch. Loads of room. I'm through! Woo! That's the first time in my life I've been hoping to go through the bottom sometime soon. I've got some separation going on here. Whee! Just down this edge here and across the natural edge. Wood glue and let it set for 24 hours, I think. Sand and sealer time. Well, there you go. Got some sanding lines to get rid of. I started with 80 grit and then went up to 150 on the belt sander. So I've got a reasonably good finish there. It's not too much hand finishing. It's fairly stable throughout, as in it's not loose or coming apart. And yeah, I'm quite pleased with that. I'm amazed it didn't actually come apart. I mean, look at those cracks in it. Right, I'll come back to you when I'm sand and sealing it, and then you get to see it gilded with that hole through there, everything inside with probably 24 karat gold, which will really reflect the light. Should look pretty damned good. Pleased with that. Sand the sealer now. Really brings up some of the colours in the wood there. That's going to be gorgeous when it's waxed. Oh, there you go. The next thing to do will be to put the stamp on the bottom with the piece number. And it's very rough sand, it is the bottom. It's going to have 4 little plastic feet on the corners there, very small ones, just to rest it on the, so it'll sit nicely. Stamp on the bottom and the piece number. That'll do nicely. $7.96. Just wax going across the bark really helps to darken it. There's no dye in it, it's just wax. Works wonderfully. Still got a sanding line there. Just going to take that off, and once that's done, off to the gilder. So chuffed. Look at the way that's turned out. The refraction of light as it goes through the hole is epic. You're not going to see it brimming on this video, but you see this in person. Look at that. That really does. You can see the gold from every angle. Through the cracks, through the hole. It's just epic. Awesome.